Welcome back, everybody, to the EuroLeague for the XBA Year Number 1 prospects. We've got 1v4, 2v3 in today's Final Four. Barca against Alba Berlin, CSKA Moscow against Panathinaikos, and we have a couple custom prospects in each and every matchup here to cover. So what do you say we get started, guys? And thank you to Portugal, who spotted the bracket had a little bit of discrepancy there. But if you guys go back to the last episode, the numbers on the right are actually the correct seeding, just needed to be flip-flopped around just a little bit. So we got our correct matchups here in tonight's action. So who are we looking at here in this game? Well, we've got Alba Berlin center Anton Sieger, and then we have power forward / small forward Jedrezj Sobczak. We can see him here working on Anton Sieger, but Sieger will get the block, but it will end up being a foul there. So unfortunately for Sobczak, can't convert the two. 3-ball shot, though, is going to land for Barca. We see Sobczak here working on the smaller guard, and that's not a fair matchup. It's totally not fair. But here comes Anton Sieger with a slam dunk on Courtney Wright-Foreman. I love Anton Sieger. He's going to be a really good XBA pro. I feel that way. Really, really do. And we're, of course, going to be getting into some scouting videos, too, later on next week with special guests, T&J and Franchise Gaming. So shout out to you guys. But we see Sobczak's kind of taking over here in this first quarter. He's got slam dunks. He's hitting threes. The guy can do it all. Looked at him just a little bit in the last EuroLeague episode, and we're kind of not seeing a whole lot of Anton Sieger. Like, yeah, he had a couple highlights there on Sobczak and then plus the dunk. But other than that, he has been kind of a non-factor. And then we see here, again, Sobczak with the slam dunk. He's averaging 25.8 points per game in EuroLeague play. Obviously, how that translates to professional basketball, the XBA, we don't know. And that's kind of the one knock on Sobczak as potentially being a number 1 draft pick, but we can see this guy can do it all. He can do everything. Slam dunks, flair, passion, fire, rebound skills. I mean, he's all there, guys. He's all there. 3-point range, back down, face up, dribble moves. I mean, what more do you want from a guy with that size and that athleticism, right? Well, we get a little highlight here of Anton Sieger missing, of course. Unfortunately, he's just not impressing so far in this Final Four, guys. He has 4 points compared to 20 for Sobczak. And yes, the 20 assists is a glitch still in 2K. Carson for 3. He's going to get the green. Make it a 13-point game. Here comes Wright-Foreman with the 3-ball shot. Going to not go good for him. So out comes Alba Berlin. They need some quick points. Here comes Sieger, and he's going to choose to pull up instead of use that big frame and that big body. Yes, there was a defender there, but he probably could have drove for it. Gotten a nice little layup instead of just making the pull up here. But here's a nice pass. Nice pass, but unfortunately, Alba Berlin player here, McKenzie, going to miss. Picks up his own miss. Gets the foul as well, so they will get 3 points on that play. And here comes Sobczak. Guy can do it all, man. He's got so many moves at his disposal. Works off the screen here. Gets the long mid-range 2. He's got 30 points in the game so far, guys. 13 of 16 from the field. Now here comes Sieger off the screen. Kicks it to the corner. Teammate is going to miss, but that was a good read. That was a good read by Sieger. Yeah, you might think that you want a guy like that again to be a little bit more aggressive like we talked about, but at the same time, that's some pretty good film. That shows that he actually has some awareness and some wherewithal and team first mentality. But unfortunately for Alba Berlin and Anton Sieger, they will not be advancing to the EuroLeague championship game, as they are going to drop this one to Barcelona by 30 points. 92-62, Sobczak and his daddy-o out of 6 Sobczak. They will be advancing to play off against Moscow and Artem Kozlov or Stanislav Floca. All right, so looking at the point totals here, 30 points for Sobczak, 13 of 16. So he's hitting 50% from the field. And then, of course, we had Sieger only with 6. So not a very good performance by Sieger. So let's get into this matchup here. And, oh, God. Guys, she's doing it again. She's at it again. Let's just cut her off before she has to finish. All right, so we got Panathinaikos against CSKA Moscow. Artem Kozlov, number 25, the point guard, against Stanislav Floca, the number 95 center. You guys can see him there right by the PlayStation 4 sign. So there you are. He's in the corner right now, working on trying to get a screen going. Good positioning in case his teammate did miss the shot. So he's a smart player. And watch Artem Kozlov here. I love it. I love it. We'll have to see where he's going in the mock drafts right now. And I'm looking, I know personally for me, as St. Louis Arrows, we're probably going to be in need of some offense. Like probably a guard. So I've got my eyes here on Artem Kozlov. Guys, definitely a volume type of shooter here for this team specifically. How he translates to the XBA, we'll have to wait and see how the combine reports come out. But I mean, you can see his ball handling skills. It allows for him to set up defenders and create himself to be open, which is a really nice thing to have, especially at the XBA. Never know. Hey, Miami, the Night Owls. I know that they need a point guard. You know, Ricky Rubio's getting a little old too. But let's get into the gameplay here. Let's get into some of the action. We got a 7-7 game right now, and here comes Kozlov. He is literally doing everything right now offensively for Moscow. Let's see this pass here to Debouché. Here comes Kozlov at the top. Gonna pass it down low, working it back around. So good passing by Moscow. Little screen here, and here's Kozlov with the off-balance 3, and he misses. So here comes Floca, working on Kozlov. That's just a matchup that he's always going to win. He's always going to win. He's going to feast on those smaller defenders. Here's Floca at the elbow. Going to get the green. Okay, so 20-11 against Moscow. Step back. We saw a lot of that with Steph Curry in the XBA Finals. 20-13 right now, and look at Floca with the slam dunk. I like the way that he moves. He doesn't seem like he's as fluid as like a Alejandro Zagarach, the center from Louisville. He just seems more offensively minded, I guess you'd say. Zagarach can do a little bit of everything. I haven't seen a whole lot of defensive type of highlights from Floca, but I would like to see a little bit more from him in that regard instead of just being kind of a one-dimensional player. Yes, he will get his blocks. He will be getting his rebounds, but he's not as dominant in all areas as Zagarach is. So if you guys like what you see from Floca, just know that he's a little bit more offensively minded. And he's definitely going to be more of a mid-range to 3-ball type of shooter. He can do it all too, but not as well. Not as consistently, I would say. Kozlov in the second quarter, and he hit a 3. 32-26, and we see Floca there getting the foul, picking up the foul. He will hit the free throw. And here he goes again, backing down his man. Unfortunately, with the hook shot, just can't get it to go. Now Kozlov just blowing by every defender to get the layup to go, and Moscow is coming back. It's currently now a 7-point lead, and here is a 3-ball in the corner by Hunter, and that one's going to roll in. It's a 10-point lead for Panathinaikos. Here's a 3-ball shot, good from Kozlov. Pulling it back within 7 points again. Floca gets the green. Now, I will say he's a little more consistent with the 3-ball than Zagarach is, but I would not rank Floca ahead of Zagarach. But he does get the foul here. 45-35, gets the free throw to go up by 11 points. So Moscow in a little bit of trouble here going into the second half. So we're going to get a little bit of a stats update. And I want to know what you guys think about some of these prospects in the EuroLeague. Like, where do you think that Kozlov is landing right now in your mock draft? If you do have a mock draft, let us know. I would love to know that. Only 20 points at the half. I say only 20 points in the half, but 20 points is pretty darn good at any halftime. Well, even in a full game, 20 points is really good. I mean, look at what he's doing here. Again, he's just taking over the scoreboard for his team. He's trying to do everything right now. And that might go against him in the scouting for the XBA. If he's kind of that guy that kind of wants to take over a game, he's 9 of 25. But he does have 23 points. Then again, you're also losing by 18. Make it 20. Yeah, now you're losing by 20. So at what cost does that type of volume shooter actually start hurting your offensive production? Or is it just the fact that Kozlov's the best player on the team and he's trying to do everything? He's trying to do everything because nobody else can or will. 65-47 after Kozlov gets to the line and makes a three-point shot to go. And this three ball is going to land. It's going to be 68-47. Here comes Kozlov again on Floca. Again, trying to do too much. And now Panathinaikos going to be good here for 2 after the Floca miss and the rebound to go. Here's Kozlov getting to the rim. Gets that off the backboard. There's another three ball shot. No good, but off the rebound, off the tip in, it's going to land. So we have a 72-49 game right now. And guys, I don't know what to say. We're looking at 2 blowouts here in the Final Four for the EuroLeague. So all things considered right now, it's looking like it's going to be Barcelona against Panathinaikos. And as we skip forward into the mid part of the fourth quarter, yeah, we see a three ball shot go good for Moscow, but there you guys go. It's a 20-point victory for Panathinaikos. And now we know the matchup. It's going to be Barcelona and Panathinaikos. So it's going to be Floca against Sobczak. 2 big men. The power forward against the center. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that matchup as well and see how many times that they face off against each other in the next game. 32 points here for Kozlov, but he did shoot 34 times. That's a lot. That is a lot. So I think that might have been the downfall for Moscow. But what are you going to do, right? When you have a really good player like that, you're going to rely on him. Unfortunately, for Kozlov, he cannot face off and show his talents to the world, the rest of the world, in the finals. Because we have a really nice matchup. Do they look nervous? I don't think that Sobczak and the Barcelona crew even looks a tad bit nervous in this EuroLeague championship game. First possession is going to go the way of Panathinaikos here. And who do you guys think is going to take this thing? I want to know in the live chat. What do you guys think is going to happen right now? It's going to be about a 7-minute highlight reel. We're at the 13-minute mark right now, guys. 20-minute video, so it's about a 7-minute reel. And already starting off, you guys kind of get a little bit of a gimme here because 3 points are going to go for Panathinaikos. And a foul is going to go. It's going to be 5-1, so they will miss the second free throw. And then Sobczak stepping up and hitting a 3-ball. 5-4 game. Going to be a miss for Mullins, and here comes Sobczak with the rebound. And look at how fast this guy, I mean, for a guy that is that big, he can move. He was outpacing quite a bit of the Panathinaikos defenders there, 6-5. And here's a nice pass from Sobczak. And watch Jovanovic. Wow. Picking up the miss from his teammate, just coming flying out of nowhere. And to get that too. So here comes Sobczak with the fadeaway. What? We've seen him do that a couple times in last EuroLeague episode, so that's kind of no surprise. But the more that he keeps doing it over and over and over, it's just like the guy's just becoming automatic in my mind. Floca here with a 3. And Sobczak with a slam dunk. So both these guys are impressing here in the championship game. And here again is I'm going to start calling it the classic Sobczak's fadeaway. He also hits a 3-ball. Guy's so consistent. He leads the NBA. He leads the EuroLeague in 3-point percentage with 47%. That's a huge number. For a guy of his size to hit threes like that, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So here he is, not able to get a rebound because that's just going to go in. And Sobczak facing off against a double team. And then, oh my goodness, he set up the defender with that move. I mean, that was just a perfect move to set him up. Courtney Wright Foreman going to hit a 3-ball here late in the second quarter. We got a 9-point lead for Panathinaikos over Barcelona. Although Barca will start to come back just a little bit before the end of the second quarter. Here is Mullins for 2. Gonna get that to go. So a 7-point lead right now, and in the corner is Cooking. Oh my goodness, how did he do that? How did he do that? Let's take one more look at it. So he around the back and then the up and on, like what? Okay. I mean, cool. That was a really good shot. It was really good moves to get to the rim and get the 2. Barca's going to only be down by 5 thanks to that. We can see the numbers, 43% to 60%. So Panathinaikos really doing a good job of getting down low and getting to the paint area for easy conversions. And I think that that's what Barcelona is going to try to do here in the second half to try to make a comeback. You want the conservative points. You want the easy points. Just give it down here to Sobczak and see what he can do. And then if those types of shots open up, Sobczak's going to find them. He's going to find them. He's a very headsy player. He's a smart player. He's going to find his open teammates. So, Barca coming back 49 to 48 right now as Carson picks up that foul. And the 3-ball shot's going to be no good for Panathinaikos here. Now, Barcelona with the fast break. Fortunately, can't drive, can't get set up in time, take advantage of that fast break. But they do get the 2 points anyway, and more of their set offense. Here comes Sobczak just again. I mean, you could have called a foul there, maybe, but he still gets the 2 to go. 3-ball shot. Gonna go at the end of the third quarter. And look at how much this game has swung. 68 to 56. It's looking like it's all Barcelona right now. 68 to 60. Mullins for 2. Gonna pull it within a 6-point game with 6 minutes left in the fourth. Here's a shot from Carson. That's gonna go. 6-point game still. Here's Floca with the fadeaway, trying to match his Euro counterpart, Sobczak. 73 to 70 as we go into the final 3 minutes of the game, and here comes Jovanovic getting the 2 and the foul. It's a 5-point lead. Make it a 4-point lead as we move forward into the fourth quarter. 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Here comes Jovanovic again, and he's starting to feel it. He gets the 2 to go. Huge 3-ball shot. Like, why was that even considered? They had about 12 seconds left on the shot clock. There was no reason to take that shot. Sobczak calling for the basketball here down low against Floca, but instead elects to give his teammate a screen, and he picks up the block. He picks up the ball from the block and then gets the 2 to go. Floca getting the green, and it's again a 6-point game. 80 to 74. Here's Sobczak in the corner. That's a huge 3-ball. Huge 3-ball to put Barca up now by 8. Here comes Bayak. Passing it off here to the outside. Gonna be a miss, but Jovanovic again. Gonna pick up that rebound and the foul. These are huge free throws, guys, because if you go up by 10 points with 27 seconds, I think that we're going to have our EuroLeague champion. It's going to be Barcelona. So we'll see what happens here with this possession here for Panathinaikos. They probably got to hit a 3-ball, maybe get to the line for a 3-point play. But here's the 3-ball is going to go. It's going to go. It's going to land. And there you go. So 85 to 78 is a 7-point victory for Barcelona as Panathinaikos decides to not give fouls. They just conceded. They quit. They quit. So Barcelona, congratulations, guys. You are the EuroLeague champions, and that adds to the storyline for Jedrezj Sobczak. and if we want to consider him for the #1 overall selection in this season's XBA draft, or is he going to be #2 or #3? I don't personally see him falling past #3. So that's going to be it, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing, and congrats again to Barcelona and Sobczak. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below about the EuroLeague as a whole, and who you think from the EuroLeague might be a good selection for your XBA squad. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, peace.